Hey, 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 hey! It's your boy, Done One, James Bond. Yeah! It is official, folks. The Say, my dad did that to me one time, boy. Did not scare the piss out of me, boy. I ain't lying. Out of there. That nigga peeked over the toilet like this. That nigga was on the toilet. I'm about 14 years old. That nigga get on the toilet real quiet like this. Which one? Leo? Cheers. He go over there. I look up there and watch it. Then I hear him on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Come on, with it, man. It is official. The Los Angeles Lakers are in the finals. And that boy Lebron has finally reached and achieved GOAT status. He has finally achieved GOAT status. Finally achieved GOAT status. Not only has he been to the finals 9 out of 10 years, he has been with 3 separate teams. Man, how do you describe GOAT? How do you describe greatness? How do you describe consistency, reliability? How do you describe these things? This man has went from organization to organization to organization and has had the same result. Finals appearance. Has he won all of them? No, he has not. Has he won 50% of them? No, he has not. But he has been in the greatest of games a lot of times. It's hard to argue that. Jordan ain't never did that. Kobe ain't never did that. Not 3 times with 3 separate teams. Shaq ain't never done that. Abdul-Jabbar, Olajuwon, Dikembe, they haven't done that. To go to the finals with one organization is an achievement like no other. But to go to the finals with not just one franchise, but 2, you're in an elite class. Yes, you are. You're in an elite class of players that have only done such thing. It's very rare. Let alone win with 2 franchises. Now, the bigger picture is here, and it is amongst us to sit here and say that this man would have been, in his 17 years and his 35 years of living, to the NBA Finals. Not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, 9, in 10 years? The only time he wasn't in the finals in the last 10 years is when the Lakers didn't make the playoffs. Every year he's made the playoffs in the last 10 years, he's been in the finals. Now, I understand for those people who look at jury, accolades, finals, championships, I understand. He hasn't performed in the highest game. He shouldn't be connected to the highest game people. He shouldn't be connected to the Kobe's, to the Jordans, to the Abdul-Jabbars, the Birds, the Magics. I get that. But they didn't do it like this, though. Because when you compare numbers at his age, most of those guys were retired. And if they weren't retired, they were a lesser version of themselves. This man is going to be the only player. No, wait. I take that back. He's going to be in an elite group of his own. Because no superstar has been to the finals with 3 separate franchises 3 times. Robert Orr was a great role player. He went with the Rockets. He went with the Lakers. He went with the Spurs. 7 rings. Great. Not a superstar. But LeBron, on the other hand, is arguably the greatest player to ever live. We all compare. We all have barbershop talk on who's the greatest and why. Everybody says LeBron ain't the greatest because he ain't 50% from the field when it comes to NBA Finals championships. Look, I understand that. I really do. I understand. But at some point, we have to acknowledge the fact that this man has done something folks ain't even dreamed of. Like, I'm really lost for words. I really don't know what to say right now. Because where do you put LeBron now? Where do you put someone who would be top 3 in scoring, top 10 in assists, top 10 in rebounds, been to the finals 9 out of 10 years? So he almost went 10 years straight. As much as we love Jordan, he took 2 years off. You can say whatever for whatever reason. His daddy passed. His daddy wanted him to play baseball. That's cool. That's fine. He was tired of the game. He did what he was supposed to do. He left his legacy. That's fine. But we cannot go off of what ifs. We can only go off of what we have. He took a 2-year break. When he came back in the 10s, it didn't equate. Because he lost to the Orlando Magic. And technically he was still in his prime. So if we're going to look at all the other dynamics, we have to look at that one. Because, well, we could say, well, if he would have been in his prime, then that would have... No, because possibly they wouldn't have got those players that would have been on his team had he not been there. Versus had he been on the team. He probably wouldn't have had enough cap space for Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr. You know, they were already lowballing Scottie Pippen. You know, so I mean, you can say what you want to say about LeBron, about his winning percentage in this year, but that man has been on my television in June for the last 9 out of 10 summers. Think about that for a second. When the last time you seen LeBron not be in the finals, other than last year? Been a minute. Last time you seen him, Kobe had just won his championship. Had won his second of the back-to-back. He had beat the Celtics in 7 games. And yeah, Dirk came in the next year, swept him, and beat LeBron. And Dirk and Kobe kind of went like this. Tim was going like this. LeBron just... Because keep in mind, as much as we want to say that LeBron ain't a part of the 2000 this and all of that, LeBron was drafted in 2003. He was drafted in 2003. So, what's going on in the league that time? Kobe coming off of a three-peat. Shaq coming off a three-peat. Garnett is in Minnesota. Tim Duncan got only 1 championship, about to get 2. Jordan is on his way out, if not already out. Stephon Marbury was still in the league. Allen Iverson was still in the league. Vince Carter was still doing his thing, dunking on folks. Tracy McGrady was still in the league. At that time, basketball was being played on NBC. So, I mean, hey, man, he's been doing it for a long time. For this long, that's unprecedented. It's hard to do your job that good for that long. You telling me he's been almost employee of the year since he been in the league? When has LeBron James not been in the MVP race? Think about that. When has he not been in the MVP race? You can't think of a time. Probably his rookie year, probably his sophomore year. But other than that, MVP race. He got 4 of them. He's 1 away from 5. He's 1 away from 5. He's 1 away from Jordan. You don't think that's cool? You don't think when they gave Giannis back-to-back MVPs, you don't think they were like, man, we can't give it to LeBron? Because if him and Jordan is tied in any significant award segment, now we got a bigger stick to fight with. Jordan got 5 MVPs, LeBron got 5 MVPs. Now the young folks really got an argument and really got a dog in this fight now. Nobody want to talk about that. Y'all can say what y'all want about LeBron, man. He done the... No. It take a lot to be that good for that long, man. And not only that, but to be in the MVP race every year for at least 12 years straight. That's a long time. That means you've been almost the greatest player every single year for 12 years. I'm trying to figure out what a man ain't go status at. In my personal opinion, is he better than Kobe? No, he is not, because Kobe holds a different, hold on me. It's a different hold on my heart there. But still, I cannot disacknowledge the fact that LeBron is probably arguably the greatest positionless player ever. Where do you put him? He's big like a power forward. He runs like Westbrook. He's tall like Giannis. He can pass the ball like Magic. Where do you put him? He's a matchup for anybody. He's a mismatch for anybody. At this point in time, he's a mismatch for anybody. I just, man, this, man. Not to mention, because he's going to win this NBA Finals. I don't care if it's against green. I don't care if it's against red. Gold and purple will be raising another Raptor. They will be representing the NBA champions very well. And they will be tied with them boys up there in Boston for most NBA championships in the association with 17. I mean, hey, man. Woo-woo. You talk about some stuff being on the line, man. Not to mention that these boys will only have maybe a month's rest before they come back and have to do it all over again. 82 game style. Ooh-wee. Talk about a back-to-back. Yeah, nobody want to talk about that, though. Man, oh man, oh man. Golly. Well, I think he cemented his name in the top 3. He's definitely on the Mount Rushmore. If nobody else's name is on that Mount Rushmore, if nobody else's name is put up there on that Mount Rushmore, LeBron James' name need to be put up there. I don't care who you put first. He just needs to put up. I don't care who you put last. Yes, I do. If you put Kobe last, I'm going to be mad. Man, y'all, woo-wee. This GOAT discussion. Man, we will talk about it again. It's been great. We all know what's going on tomorrow. Be ready. And yeah. Talk to y'all boys later. Peace. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It's been good.